All right, brothers, we back here on the historic campus of D. Jackson State University, D. I love, right in front of the illustrious one, the original African-American Prince Hall Mason Masonic Lodges in the state of Mississippi. A lot of great men and women have come out of that and established great things. And we're going to talk about preserving and saving and building upon one of those great things that brothers who are in the Masonic Rite and different fraternal organizations have contributed, and sisters as well.
That's right.
So to stand on the foreground of our ancestors, by the way, we right here by the Mount Olive graveyard as well.
Right.
To stand on the foreground, we in like I know we in a Masonic Lodge. Now I'm not trying to be specific, but we in a keynote territory. By the JSU College of Business.
That's right.
We right across from the M.W. Stringer Grand Lodge.
That's right.
And we right by the Mount Olive
That's right.
Cemetery.
That's right.
So we're about preserving and work upon what our ancestors have built.
Right.
And Mr. DMeezy, I guess you're here to talk about one of those great things that our ancestors have built that has been falling to the wayside, and how we can revitalize that and use that to rejuvenate and build this black economic control module that we not preach about, but that we try to invoke and what we fight for in respect to our black dollars.
That's right. And I want to thank you, brother. And once again, I'm always honored to be able to stand before an audience, whether we're live in terms of live streaming, or whether we're right in actual people's face. And I love being right there where we can touch and feel one another, and we're moving further and further away from that. But the topic here today is not really so much on the touching and feeling. It's about us preserving that which brought us over. And right now, up until the beginning of March, Respect Our Black Dollars is engaged with other organizations towards saving the Taborian Hospital. The Taborian Urgent Care Center, as it's called now, has its roots in the Taborian Hospital, which comes out of the Taborian Knights, where it was a group of men and women who formed a fraternal order, and through that fraternal order they set up a hospital in the 1940s. And during that time, you had a multitude of children who were born, if they were born in a hospital, came through that center. Up until like the 60s, most black people wasn't born in hospitals. That's actually a recent phenomenon. Either they were born in Mound, Bayou, Mississippi, or they were born right here in Jackson, Mississippi, in many cases, if they were born in a hospital. And so we're very blessed to have the opportunity to help save this establishment in Mound Bayou, Mississippi, the historic Mound Bayou, Mississippi. We want $1 million $5 donors. Are we asking that each one of you donate $5 and get 7 friends to donate $5? And if everybody can get 7 people to donate just $5, that's all, just $5. We just want $1 million $5 donors to save the Taborian Hospital in Mound Bayou, Mississippi, now known as the Taborian Urgent Care Center. So do check the information out. We have other information on Respect Our Black Dollars Facebook page, where you can go and check it out to see what this effort is all about. It's about saving something that, through saving this one entity, through revitalizing this one entity that's already ready to run, already state of the art, already got its equipment in there, already proven to be successful when they were able to be open. This Taborian Urgent Care Center is ready to go, and all they need is the funding to be able to do it. When you can pay your own way, you can say what you want to say. But as long as you're dependent upon other people, you can be limited and reduced to slavery. So what we want to do is reduce the ability for other people to have control over those of us who wish to empower our own people. Through this effort with Respect Our Black Dollars, we are spurring the development of a black business infrastructure. We're promoting black economic community control models, and of course, supporting black-owned businesses first and foremost, especially in groups of 7 or more. All of these principles of the 3 primary objectives of Respect Our Black Dollar can be accomplished through this one entity in Mound Bayou, Mississippi. And if it's successful with the revitalization to the degree that it should be, with $1 million $5 donors, then this place can be up and running, ready to go, and serve as an economic driver for the entire region, and also affect 7 other areas, surrounding areas in that region. So let's be about the business of supporting those institutions that empower us. Let's give our $5 donation to the Save the Taborian Hospital campaign by Respect Our Black Dollars. Go to the Respect Our Black Dollars Facebook page, donate your $5, and be a part of this healing process by going and gathering 7 other people to do the same. I want to thank you for your time. In my background, of course, M.W. Stringer Grand Lodge, Prince Hall. And if you know anything about Prince Hall, you know he made the sacrifices necessary to make sure that we had institutions that we could build upon, because it takes institutions to change the behavior patterns of the masses of the people. Through this one effort with the Taborian in Mound, Bayou, Mississippi, we can provide sustenance for an institution through medical care that helps us with education, economics, and health and wellness simultaneously. Let's be about the business of institution building and revitalization. Let's be about the business of saving the Taborian Hospital in the historic Mound, Bayou, Mississippi. I want to thank you for your time. Don't forget, think black, buy black, and be black, and everything else will take care of itself. Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Respect yourself and respect our black dollars. Love you, family. Continue to be a blessing others.
Right quick. You know, why I got you here. You know, I know a lot of you guys go to the doctors. A lot of you have black doctors. You deal with black nurses, black CNAs, black RNs, black medical assistants.
Now we do.
Now we do.
Right.
But and a lot of you complain, and I heard a lot of them complain about unfair employment discrimination they receive.
That's right.
Imagine we do what Brother DMeezy is suggesting. Give what you say one.
We need $1 million $5 donors. So all we have to do is give $5 and find 7 other people to do the same.
If we do that and we make this a reality, think about, and this gonna be a cooperative thing.
Right.
And think about how they could do with you if you're a black person in the medical field who want to start your practice, or you start, because I have family who work with these big hospitals. I'm not here to slander any of them, and they have problems, they have issues, a lot of politics.
That's right.
But imagine we can build our own paradigm with this Taborian thing, where you can free yourself.
That's actually what happened before. Previously, they had that operation running in that manner, and obviously it's not hard to go check the history of the Taborian Hospital and also the Taborian Urgent Care Center.
Right on.
It's not hard to check the history, but go and check the history and you'll see that this was an area that was self-sufficient to a great degree, and as a result, they were able to be prominent in the activist struggles that helped give birth to the civil rights movement. One of the more prominent people was T.R.M. Howard, who actually waged battle with J. Edgar Hoover, of all people. J. Edgar Hoover, the Messiah killer. J. Edgar Hoover, who was responsible for the killing of 4 prominent messiahs. The killing and or exile and or snuffing out of 4 prominent messiahs, beginning with Marcus Mosiah Garvey, going all the way up into King and Malcolm X. He was responsible for the death of at least 4 prominent messiahs. And I don't just mean the physical death, I'm talking about economic and social death, where you have the killing of legacy. He was responsible for that. Well, T.R.M. Howard was waging battle with the J. Edgar Hoover, and the only way he was able to do that because he was self-sufficient, because he had black people that were supporting him in his medical practice. So he could say what he wanted to say. He didn't have to worry about getting kicked out of a job or worry about the White Citizens Council coming, what they used to call the white-collar Klansmen. He didn't have to worry about them coming on him because he was in an all-black town of Mound, Bayou, Mississippi, with a history of standing up for themselves. Because when you pay your own way, you can say what you want to say. We want to revitalize that opportunity in the Mississippi Delta with the people that have been abandoned, in the words of Eugene Robinson, the abandoned black folks who are disaffected, and they're left out in cycles of poverty, in cycles of disenchantment with the system. So we want to make sure that that abandoned class that's in the Delta, that have been abandoned for quite some time, can get the proper assistance they need, because the people there are still proud. But you got more and more young people leaving because they do not have the economic prosperity or viability to provide so that the young people can stay there and be the energy that's necessary to keep this town going like it was in previous times. So if we don't make this about economics and we keep focusing on these petty issues, these tangential issues, these little minor issues, where like T.D. Jakes says, we majoring on minor things and minoring on major things. If we don't make it about economics, if we don't make it about black economic self-sufficiency, if we don't make it about race-first self-sufficiency, economic agendas, educational agendas, and health and wellness agendas that are practical and pragmatic for the mass of black people, if we do not focus on that as our foundation, as our launching pad, then of course we're lost. And we're gonna have another generation trying to figure it out. No need for that. We have too much at our disposal during this information age, this information opportunity, to pass on the lessons like they did at Ipet Asut, where they took the information and passed it down from generation to generation so that future generations do not have to bump their heads the same way as previous generations. And that's how you get advancement. Let's be about the business of saving the Taborian Hospital and be about the advancement, collective advancement of our people. $1 million $5 donors, give $5, find 7 other people to do the same, and keep that wheel going, and the next thing you know, this place will be up and running in no time flat. So let's be about that business of being about the business of black economic community control, spurring the development of black business infrastructure, starting with supporting quality black-owned businesses, first and foremost, especially in groups of 7 or more. Let's be about that business. Once again, respect yourself and respect our black dollars.
Yeah, that.